What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. So last episode we wrapped up what was left of the Brazilian forest and the rest of our companion quests. Now we're somewhat of a fork in the roads. We only really have two choices. We can either go to Orzammar to try and secure the dwarves for the Blight, or we can try and get Arl Eamon up on his feet. Now, in terms of canon in-game time, since we left the Arl, it's probably been around 4 to 6 months. So we have left him ill for a very long time while we've gotten sidetracked with the rest of the war effort, so I think it's about time we try and get the Arl up on his feet. Now, before that, however, we are going to talk to Morrigan and do a couple things in camp.
"'Tis cold in my tent, all alone.
Well, we can't have that.
So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk. I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated.
I'm going to edit out part of the peep show there. I'd prefer to avoid my videos being age restricted. Oh, there are stories.
Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
So what now?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
Now, she says that she has no designs on our independence, but I know, you know, she knows, and everybody else knows that if we went over there and talked to Liliana by her fireplace with looked like we were sharing a moment of intimacy, we know Morrigan would be over here scowling at us with the eyes of jealousy. She puts up a good front, but beneath that icy exterior, she is, at the end of a day, a lonely woman that craves love and affection, just like the rest of humanity. I can live with that.
Then we should get along marvelously. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
Plus 11, she obviously enjoyed her time with the Warden. About the others beginning to stare, though, I think we already gave them plenty to gossip about. Alistair's already been gossiping about us. I'm sure he was over here glancing at us with his beady little eyes. I'm sure he'll be getting lectured by Wynne very shortly. Now,
Enchantment?
I would like to enchant my offhand dagger. We have already had our main hand dagger enchanted for a long time. Now it's time to enchant the offhand. So we have a Grandmaster Lightning Rune, which is the 5 lightning damage. Hardly anything in the game is resistant to this, so that's always going to be a good shout. We have the Journeyman Silverite Rune, 4 damage versus Darkspawn, always a good shout. And then we have the Grandmaster Cold Iron Rune, which is plus 10 damage versus Undead. So anytime we run into zombies or any of that kind of nonsense, we're going to be taking a huge buff against that. We do also need to return to Denerim, for multiple reasons actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn our graphic settings down beforehand, just because I know how Denerim works. I'm going to go on low. We need to swing by the Nord Noble Tavern, turn in multiple quests there, and then we actually need to go right across from the Nord Noble Tavern to hit up Brother Genetivi. Read about him in a lot of codexes, so we know where he lives. We know he's somewhere here in Denerim. We got jumped, interesting. We don't have many of these random encounters left. We have just a random Darkspawn raid here. What did they find? The elves. So it looks like we have a level for Morrigan. We're gonna run Alistair in here. Alistair's gonna do whatever he can. Looks like we leveled up our damage against Darkspawn just in time, huh? I'm actually gonna go deal with these shrieks because it doesn't look like our elven friends are holding up very well against it. Not good indeed. Gotta protect our allies somewhat, right? As they did a perfect job over here. They lost a couple, but in general they were doing pretty good. They are only archers, so up close in melee like that, they're never gonna have much success. You can get a solid shield wall in front of them though, they'll definitely touch it up.
Our tribe fights for you, Warden.
They seem quite well equipped.
Our tribe fights for you, Warden.
Very good. Yeah, again, I like that you can run into these little encounters as you go on about your business. Every time you recruit somebody, you can always find who you just recruited fine here in the wilds. What was I saying? Right, the quests that we have in Denerim. So we have the 10 garnets that we owed somebody for a bribe, I believe. We have killed many people. We did the arrow quest last time we were in the Brazilian forest.
Let's get started.
We might have something to turn into Master Ignacio, I don't remember, but he's in the Noble Tavern too, so we can always swing by. Doesn't cost us anything to check. And back on track here. Good to see the elves already doing their part. They don't need to be out here kinda patrolling and doing what they're doing. They're choosing to do that. Morrigan has a level. I'm going to save her specialization just in case I figure out another way to get this. I'm not sure if there is, but I'm going to look. Probably do 2 willpower, 1 magic at this point. Get her willpower up. 41 magic is very hefty, so put more tactics slots. And I believe down here we have Paralyze. Paralyze is really good. So we're going to immediately set that up for her, actually. Enemy, rank, elite or higher. Usability, Paralyze. And then since we have 1 extra slot, we're going to do Stealth, NA, Activate Mode, Flaming Weapons. Just so I don't have to keep doing that myself. Thank you, Morrigan. Now what do we have? I swing by the Mages Collective and see if we have something for them. We do indeed, it looks like.
The client is very pleased. Come back soon.
Happy to help. Also very happy to get 2 sovereigns out of that. Now the Noble Tavern where we have to go is this building right here. And actually Genetivi's house is this building right here. So as soon as we're done with the Noble, we can just swing on by.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven craft. Direct from Oregon.
We shouldn't experience any crashing or anything since we're on the lower graphic sons.
What can I get you, stranger?
I finished a favor for one of your interested parties. Got 4 sovereigns out of that too.
What can I get you, stranger?
Anyone need help? Maybe it was something not strictly legal. Okay, we have a couple actually. We have false witnesses. D has need for assistance. There are those who seek to impugn upon my good reputation. Certain aspects of business may have required unpalatable acts, but these former associates were just as much a part of them as I was. Their supposed redemptions reek of opportunity, not conscience. These loose tongues need heads to match. I need someone who is free to travel, and knows what to do when traitors are found. The reward will be appropriately handsome. We'll certainly go ahead and do that. Now we have dead drops. K is looking for someone who can travel far afield. What with guards and suspicious old men watching my every move, how's a man supposed to keep up with his weave of influence and get his associates their deserved rewards? If someone were to deliver the spoils of my previous deals, I would be certain to compensate them with a fair amount of coin. It's a bit of travel, but one must keep people updated on their debts, owed and earned. Who is with me? We can sure take care of that. Let's take a look at those quests actually. So, false witnesses. Keep an eye out for the 3 false witnesses accusing D. Skinny Frank has a safe house near Lake Calenhad. Cam of Redside routinely goes in stores in Denerim, and Brian, lowly Brian, was seeking sanctuary of the Dwarves of Orzammar. So we'll actually be heading to Lake Calenhad after here, and there's only X amount of stores here in Denerim. I can only think of 2 actually, which is the Wonders of Thedas and the blacksmith across the street. And for dead drops, we have one in the Denerim market, one in Redcliffe, one outside Orzammar, and one at the Spoiled Princess. We're also heading to the Spoiled Princess, and Redcliffe isn't that far away, so we can certainly start working on those as we go about our business here. Do we have anything for you, Ignacio?
Find everything you need?
The payment was sufficient.
Payment? Oh, just make sure you drop by from time to time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Right, I forget we're playing coy. Okay, so if we swing around here 1 second. Excuse me, I had to pause that for a second.
This should be easy.
I head back out into the market district, and I think before we go talk to Genevieve, we'll actually check which store our good friend is in. Again, there's only 2, so it's a 50-50. There's Cam of Redside. He brought some bodyguards with him. They're not going to be much use to him against us, however.
I knew this was coming. Spent all the coin preparing, so I ain't dying over it.
Right, and he's going to immediately attack us. I don't think this is going to go the way he thinks, however. And that is Morrigan's thing, by the way, Sleep. You see how she immediately just sent all of them night-night? That would be Morrigan's doing. When I say mages are strong, I mean mages are strong. And that's the end of Cam of Redside. Wasn't much he could have ever possibly done against us, especially not with Morrigan and Wynne behind us. Right, now there was a dead drop in Denerim Market. Not actually sure where that is. We'll have to look around for it a little. Sure, we'll find it if we try hard enough. Perfect. It's highlighted for us right here. You place the deserved payment in the dead drop as K instructed. Okay, easy enough. Alright, now let's go pay a visit to Genevieve. Knock knock. Hold there 1 second, Weylon. I'm gonna try and pick up the XP. Not exactly playing nicely for me though, is it? Grab this one first. Dragon Colts would be an interesting read. I need this book to allow me to pick it up. Somewhere here is going to be the collision for it. There we go. Change the camera angle sometimes. Alright, let's talk to Weylon.
Yes? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Brother Genevieve.
Brother Genevieve? Why?
I've heard about his search for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
He was on the trail of the Urn of Sacred Ashes, yes. Whether he found it, the Maker only knows. I haven't seen Brother Genevieve in weeks. He sent no word. It's so unlike him. I'm afraid something has happened. Genevieve's research into the urn may have led him into danger.
Do you think he's in trouble because of the urn?
Perhaps the urn has been lost for a reason. I pray for Genevieve's safety, but hope dwindles with each passing day. I tried to send help, but some knights came from Redcliffe looking for him not long ago. I sent them after Genevieve, and they too have disappeared.
I'll succeed where they failed and get Genevieve back.
Now don't ask me where they went. You'll go after them. And what if ill luck should befall you too? This search is a curse on all of us. Some things are not meant to be found. I know that now.
I am willing to risk it. Tell me where he went.
So be it. All he said before he left was that he would be staying at an inn near Lake Calenhad, investigating something in that area.
What exactly was he investigating?
I don't know. All I discovered from going through his research was that he was staying at the inn.
Very well. I'll head to the inn immediately.
Good luck. May you find the answers you seek.
Alright. As I said, we will be heading over to Lake Calenhad, so that won't be too big of a problem.
Right.
We already know where the Spoiled Princess is, and conveniently our other quest takes us right to the Spoiled Princess too, so... it's all gonna fit in nicely as we wrap it up together. I did say I was going to try and get 100% of the quests done here, and I think we're on track for that so far. I don't think I've missed any. Maybe there's one super discreet, ill-known quest that I've forgotten. I'm sure somebody will let me know about it in the comments if there is. And drop a save here real fast. In case we crash, Denerim can be a little finicky. And on to Lake Calenhad. We have 3 quests here currently. We have the Deserter, who has the little safe house here. We have the Spoiled Princess Dead Drop, and we have to come here for Genevieve. All lining up very well. He's Skinny Frank. It would also definitely seem the name is ironic. The Templar back there praying.
They're from the guild. I know that's the one they hired. Stop them!
Right, now unfortunately for Skinny Frank, the guild chose very well when they picked us. Frank is just having a bad day. The Templar came over here throwing hands for us.
Make her rest the souls of all, Templar and Mage, who gave their lives defending the Circle. May they find peace at last.
Notice how he included the mages there. He didn't say, like, to hell with the mages, only rest the Templars. He said rest everybody. So it's nice to see a good Templar.
Isn't that the point?
Good to see you again.
Don't have anything here.
Of someone else's imagination. Just players in a play. Exactly. You, I...
The 2 mages back here are having a kind of interesting conversation.
Whose dream? Amusement. Some being of cosmic power. Sublime, enlightened beings.
So getting a little too matrixy for me.
What you're serious?
Here's the dead drop location. You place the deserved payment in the dead drop as Kay instructed.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today?
Is there a Brother Genevieve here?
Brother Gen... No. No, of course not. I've never heard of him.
What about knights from Redcliffe? Have you seen any?
No, I haven't seen any knights.
You seem nervous.
Why would I be nervous? Listen, the person you're looking for isn't here. You should be on your way as soon as possible.
You are talking to me like you're in a hostage video, sir. Are you in trouble? You can trust me.
They're watching me. I can't speak openly. Don't look around and keep your voice down. They're looking for anyone asking for this Brother Genevieve. They told me to act like nothing's wrong and just deny ever having seen the brother or the knights.
Who are these people watching you?
I don't know. You should be on your guard and leave quickly. I don't know what happened to the knights, but I doubt it was anything good.
Thank you. I'll be careful.
Goodbye, and make her turn his gaze on you.
The good man, he took a pretty big chance telling me about these people. Maybe it's the shady patron over here.
Enemies approaching.
Here we have cultists. Now, you'll note that in Genetieve's office, we just picked up a book that said the Cult of Andraste and a dragon call. And we've read multiple codex over the time of this game. This Templar came in throwing hands. Over the time of this game, talking about the Cult of Andraste and how they secured her ashes somewhere in a far-off mountain. It seems like we've run into this fabled cult. They don't seem very happy to have people interested in their profit. Perhaps somewhere along the line, the Cult of Andraste became less about spreading the word and more about keeping it for themselves. He has ceremonial armor. Interesting. Cultist Reva. Right. That is going to be it for this, I think. I don't think we have anything else left in Calenhad. Actually, before we straight up leave, let's see if we can talk to the bartender after that. Can we at least let him know that he doesn't have to worry about that? Or that, I mean, shit, maybe he does have to worry about that. We did just slaughter the coal.
You dealt with them. Oh, Maker, I thought this nightmare would never end. Thank you so much. They said they'd kill my wife and son if I said anything about them. Do you know who they were?
They're trying to stop me from finding Andraste's ashes.
Andraste's ashes? The legend. Maker's breath. Well, I probably shouldn't ask. I'm just an innkeeper trying to make his way through life. There are some things I don't need to know. Thank you again. You'll always be welcome here.
Yeah, I would stick to bartending. I'm glad we got to help him, though. We got the boot off his neck a little. Now, Brother Genetivi's assistant, Weylon, has a lot of explaining to do. He sent us here fully expecting us to die, and I'm sure he's going to try and play that off when we head back. He was being a little slippery in our conversation. Of course, we could have called him out on that, but we took him at his word. We had no reason to distrust him at face value. Now we have every reason to distrust him. We've already talked to old Tegrin a lot. I guess we can check his inventory briefly.
Closed off. Old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Let's see, this discount of yours. I don't think Tegrin ever restocks. No, it doesn't look like he does. Okay, so every time we get that encounter, we're free to just skip ahead. Skip away from it. Be very interested in seeing how Weylon's gonna explain himself here. Maybe he backstabbed Genetivi the whole time. There was one more cache in Redcliffe, but we can take care of that much later. Don't need to worry about that yet. We'll have to come back here after we hit Orzammar anyways. Kind of turn all that Nord Noble Tavern stuff in at the same time. Alright, you have some explaining to do, Weylon. I'm sure you're not happy to see me.
You're back?
Surprised. Expected me to be dead.
I'm glad you are alive, of course.
Alright, let's cut the shit. Who are you? Tell me now.
I am blessed beyond all men. I have been chosen to serve Andraste herself. My brothers died in the service of Andraste. May she draw their souls to her and cast yours into oblivion. For Andraste!
You're certainly gonna die for her. You won't be casting any spells today, Weylon. Wynne has a level up now.
This should be easy enough.
Health poultice, nothing of interest on him. What are we gonna give you, Wynne? You already have Spirit Healer. You're not gonna be an Arcane Warrior or a Blood Mage. I suppose we'll just give you Shapeshifter. It could come in handy at some point. Just gonna give her straight up 40 magic. She needs the buff. She has plenty of willpower. At this point, we will probably give you... Let's give you Arcane Mastery. That gives you your permanent boost to spell power. Won't have to worry about much with Wynne now. She pretty much has everything we're ever going to use.
On it.
Chantry Hierarchy. Genetivi's Research and a Steel Symbol of Andraste. What do we have back here? A corpse. The body of the real Weylon. Right, so what happened here is whoever the cultist was, whoever this asshole was, he was not Weylon. He came in here and killed his assistant, and who knows how long this scam has been running for, but essentially anybody looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, he directed to the inn where the gang of cultists just murdered them outright and stashed their bodies somewhere, no doubt. There could be 20, 30, 40, 50 dead at this point, all thanks to this cult, so I'm definitely interested in sticking a boot up their ass. I don't think there's much else left to do here. Go ahead and check the quest codex. We have an update to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Find the urn. Brother Genetivi's research suggests that the village of Haven, in the mountains to the west, might have some clues as to the location of the urn. Brother Genetivi must have gone to Haven to continue his search. Alright, let's pull up the map for a second. World map, and we see all the way over in the Frostback Mountains, we have the village of Haven. A remote village nestled in the mountains. It is not even marked on most maps. Thanks to Genetivi's research, we now know where that is. So, in the interest of keeping everything concise and to the point, I'm probably going to wrap this one here and we'll tackle Haven in its own episode, little series. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, as always, there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon with more Dragon Age Origins. Take care, guys. Have a good day.